One of the worst feelings is to start dating a woman and get into a relationship only to find that she's not that into you and that she's settled for you. Finding out that someone that you are deeply attracted to or in love with doesn't feel the same way back and they are simply using you for their self-gain. They're lonely and they're dating you because it's better than nothing. Or they're just with you because of the comfort, because they don't think they can get anyone better than you. Finding that out can be soul destroying, but wasting your time with someone hoping that they're going to change or you're going to fix them when they're faking their interest in you is a recipe for disaster. So I've put together this video to cover 10 signs of fake love so that you can look through your situation and gain clarity. Is there fake love? By which point you can move on and find someone else. And if there's no fake love, then you can obviously continue on. Especially for those of you watching who are single. Just going through the information that I'm going to share today can actually protect you for when you do put yourself out there and you meet someone. You can pay attention to the signs early on without having any feelings involved. So either way, this is a win-win. So with that said, let's get right into it. And I know most of my viewers are men, so a lot of what I'm going to be saying today is from the perspective of you're a guy dating a woman who is faking her interest. But for the few women that do watch my channel, yes, you can kind of flip the situation because fake love is the same signs if a guy is doing it. So with that said, let's start with a Bible verse that covers the theme of this topic, which relates to it. So in Matthew 7 verse 16, Christ says, "You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?" Of course not. If a lemon tree produces lemons, it's truly a lemon tree. So if a woman claims to love you and her actions don't show you that, then she probably doesn't. Look at their actions. You always look at what someone does, not what they say. With that said, let's begin. The first sign of fake love is inconsistent emotional availability. And the patterns you're going to see here is when there is hot and cold behavior and avoidance of vulnerability. With hot and cold behavior, you'll see that one moment she may appear affectionate and loving, and the next moment it's like someone turns off the tap, and then she's just distant, wants to pull away. So maybe you spend a week together and then she just disappears on you. And you're like, this is really weird behavior. Then she comes back and she's all affectionate. The only exception here is you do maybe have a good woman, but you're the one who's treated her so badly, you've pushed her away. That's a topic for a different day. I'm only talking to the guys here that you kind of know you were the wrong woman. This video is just to like smack you in the face so that you know it's true. So if you're with a woman who is affectionate one moment, distant the next, this inconsistency can very well be a sign that her emotions are not genuine. And she's only expressing affection when it suits her needs. What do I mean by this? If a woman has settled for you, you're not really a type, doesn't think you're handsome, or maybe you're very handsome, but it's just a lack of shared values and she's kind of just wishes you'd change or fix you, but she can't really invest because there's a limit there. What's going to happen with this sort of woman is she'll try and get close to you and warm up, but then once she's close to you, reality hits her in the face that you guys are incompatible or that she's not that into you and she doesn't really have that desire for you. So then her going really hot is going to just push her to go really cold and she's going to need to pull away and gather her thoughts. And then when she's away from you, she kind of feels bad for you because maybe you are a good guy and maybe she's wrong and she should give it a shot with you. So then what happens? She goes hot again and she comes back. And then it's the same pattern. She goes hot and cold. Usually women that low self-esteem do this and they don't know any better. But if your girl is going hot and cold, there might be a problem. Next up is avoidance of vulnerability. If you truly love someone, you want to share everything. You're open about everything going on in your life. You're an open book and you've got nothing to hide. And when a woman is in love with a man and she trusts him fully, she'll open up and she'll share everything going on in her life. So if you're with a woman and she avoids deep conversations about feelings and she never shares anything about her fears, you don't know much about her past or her upbringing, she avoids those serious topics, You don't really know what she wants moving forward out of her life. You don't know anything about her strengths or insecurities. You don't really know her. She's like, there's details about her life that she keeps wrapped away and hidden from you. She may not truly be emotionally invested. Because she knows subconsciously, if she really opens up and you get to know everything about her, she might be more willing to stay with you. And again, if she's settled for you, incompatible, uninterested, or she's immoral, she might not want to open up too much. Because she doesn't want to really connect with you. She's faking her interest. So that's the first thing to look at. If you see these patterns, it's fake love. Number 2, lack of genuine interest. So, similar to how we covered just before, with inconsistent emotional availability, if the girl is always avoiding being vulnerable, she's got something to hide. But on the other end of the stick, so to speak, if she's making a little effort to know you, there's a problem. And surface level compliments, which we'll get into now. So in a real relationship, a couple will take time to understand each other in a deep, meaningful way. Did not write that there correctly, but I'll add it now. So if you are in a relationship with a woman, and let's say it's been like a few months, and she barely knows anything about you, even worse for you guys that have been with a girl for years, and she doesn't really know much about who you are as a man. She doesn't remember important details about your life. She doesn't show any interest in the man that you are, your aspirations, your goals, where you're heading, where you're going to lead both of you guys in the future. Then she's most likely settled for you and is faking her interest. Because when a woman is in love with you and she thinks you're the best man for her, she's all over you. She wants to know everything about you. Think about it. When you're passionate about something, for the guys that like their football or their sports, when you're passionate about a sports team, you know every detail. For the car guys, you're passionate about cars, you want to know every detail about the car. For the guys that are into crypto and stocks and real estate, you know all the details. And when you find a woman that you're in love with, you want to know everything about her. The only time you don't want to know about a woman is when you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. She's just not it. And it's the same for the ladies. If they think you're not that special, then why the heck would they make that much of an effort to get to know you? But then you're thinking, oh, why is she with me? Because she's settled. Maybe she's a gold digger and you've got good money and you're just better than her being single and alone. You're okay for the time being. People who have low self-esteem do this. So if you are in a relationship and it's been a while and this girl doesn't ask you quality questions, she's never really shown any depth into who you are as a man, she's faking her interest in you. She definitely has ulterior motives. You better walk away. Another sign of lack of genuine interest, it isn't just the obvious that she's not making an effort to know you, is surface level compliments. So she'll throw you a bone every once in a while. So instead of valuing your character and really complimenting you for, I don't know, your strengths and your talents and who you are as a man, complimenting your good values and how well you treat her, something like that. Instead, she might only focus on superficial aspects like your appearance or wealth. Wow, I'm so proud of you making all this money. Wow, I'm so... Because again, she can think you're really hot, but then she lacks integrity, so she doesn't care about your character, so she might only focus on your looks. Okay? Because guys, there are gold diggers out there that, sure, they don't find you attractive and they date you anyways, but some of the smarter gold diggers, they will date a guy that they're not attracted to. Sorry, they will date a guy that they are attracted to, who also has money. But because they lack integrity, they don't really care about bonding and love and genuine connection. So these women will just dish out surface level compliments. Oh yeah, but you always look so handsome, you're very attractive. Or you'll notice that they might hyperfixate too much on how attractive you are. They're very lustful. That's not always a good thing. Because sure, looks are great, but if you don't have the values afterwards, the physical doesn't mean anything. So if she's always focused on how attractive you are, how handsome you are, and the compliments are just very superficial, very lustful or materialistic, and there's nothing about your internal qualities as a man, then it might just be her way of being smart and giving you some type of compliment to kind of throw you off. But obviously you're looking at that pattern thinking that's not right. Think back on, for you guys watching, think back on the women you have been with that gave you surface level compliments. versus a woman that truly loved you. It's a massive difference. Next up is self-interest and materialism. And if the girl is focusing on what she gains and is only around for fun, you're not in for a good ride. So focus on what she gains. If her attention and her affection seem tied to what you can offer her, gifts, money, status, material benefits, right, rather than a genuine emotional connection, it's a sign that her love might be transactional. If your girl is constantly asking you to purchase luxury items or demands to be spoiled, and there's no reciprocation, be warned. She's using you. This is fake love 101. A good woman not only would be embarrassed to ask you for anything because she knows that's rude and disrespectful, but quite the opposite. She'll be so focused on giving that she really won't be worried about what you're buying her. Obviously, if you love her, you'll spoil her too, get her flowers, take her somewhere nice once in a while. You can do those sweet things to a good woman. But if you're showing up to your relationship and you're taking her to nice restaurants, buying her flowers, buying her gifts, taking her on trips, treating her very well, and she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't spoil you, she doesn't do anything nice or go out of her way for you, be careful, because takers take and givers give too much, and takers do not put a limit on how much they take. It has to be mutual reciprocation. So if she's only affectionate or happy and sweet when you're doing things for her, favors for her, it's very transactional, that's a sign that she's settled for you and she's milking you for what she can get out of you. A girl should love you so much that just being in your presence, whether you're having a coffee at home or you're cuddled up watching a movie or going for a walk together and she holds your hand, that makes her day. If she can't enjoy moments like that with you and she only wants luxurious or extravagant things, that tells you everything you need to know. A great way you can do to test these women if you're not really sure and you're kind of still delusional about it, if you have a woman like this, go a week, go a month. Don't mention gifts, don't mention trips, don't buy her anything, don't take her anywhere expensive. If you guys go out to eat, do something cheap and inexpensive and see how she behaves. Does she get angry? Does she feel entitled? Does she claim she wants more? Or is she grateful for what you have and what you give her? Because a good woman is going to be grateful for what you give within your means. And she loves you for that. A fake woman, well, a woman that's not into you and who's faking her interest, will get mad. Next up is, well, she's only around for fun. So if she's present and she's with you when things are going good, again, like those vacations, the nice dinners or the fun experiences, but all of a sudden you come home, tell your girl you lost your job, tell her you're struggling in your business, tell her you lost a lot of money, or that you're facing a health crisis or something, you need some emotional support, your car broke down or whatever, you're facing a tough time. If she's not with you in those difficult times, nothing. That's fake love. Because a woman's true character is tested when the man has nothing. And a man's character is tested when he has everything, right? Materialistically speaking. And that's how it goes. So if your girl's only with you when it's a good time and you're doing great, but then when you hit tough times, she's gone, that's fake love. Because guys, if she's not going to be with you when you're struggling, she doesn't deserve you when you're doing well. You want a woman that is willing to grow with you and be with you by your side no matter what. Because if you're going to marry someone like this, you want to make certain that whatever challenges you face moving forward, obviously you're going to do your part to find a solution, but that she's going to stay loyal and be by your side. If you're with a woman that is self-interested and materialistic, it's over for you. Walk away. The fourth sign of fake love is a reluctance to make future plans, which is going to fall into a hesitation of avoidance of commitment and uses non-committal language. So if she's hesitating or avoiding commitment, you'll notice that she avoids discussing about the future or making excuses when it comes to making specific plans for long-term commitments, where you guys are going to move in, how many children you want, things like that, how your life is going to be structured 10 years from now, whatever. But a woman who truly loves you is going to see you included in her future. She wants to nest with you and bond with you. So she wants that shared future. She wants to know where you guys are heading, what steps she can do to help out, and be there with you, and be excited for it. But with a fake connection, she's like, oh, we don't have to worry about the future. Let's focus on what we're doing now. That's a problem. Non-committal language. And if you're with a girl who's using language that people, when they don't commit, use, such as we will see when you bring up future plans, or maybe, or I'll have to think about it, when you're discussing serious future plans, like, hey, we should move in here in next year. We should look for a home here. Oh yeah, maybe, we'll see, or we'll think about it. Hey, when would you like us to get married? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe sometime in the future. I don't know. If you're with a girl like that, who's, even her words, because it'll add up with her actions. She's very like, oh, maybe, like she gives open-ended answers. She's probably not that committed to you. She's faking her interest. And she's trying to hold off the seriousness of the commitment on her end. So be careful of that, because when a woman says maybe, we'll see, it means no. When women want you, it's a damn yes. Number 5, manipulative behavior. This is more for the women that are immoral, okay? Because again, you can, immoral women, incompatible and uninterested women. If she's uninterested or incompatible with you, she might not display bad, wicked, evil behavior, right? But the ones that are immoral, they definitely will. So emotional manipulation, and there's an unbalanced dynamic in your relationship. So if she's using guilt, pity, or other manipulation tactics to control the relationship, like acting like the victim, crocodile tears when you call her out on something, she never takes responsibility for her actions, she tries to blame shift and say it's your fault, she might push your boundaries just to see how far she can go without contributing to the relationship. And this can include using affection to manipulate your behavior. And you see this with like gold diggers. It's all transactional. Hey, if you buy me this, I'll give you sex. And you see this with like modern couples. Obviously I'm Christian, and that's something I stay away from. I know a lot of you watching are Christian, but I know most of you watching are atheist, and most of you are in modern relationships and you're doing these sort of things, and it definitely happens. There's women out there who will do this. They will use their sex appeal to try and manipulate the guy, or try and seduce him to get what she wants. That's really dangerous. That woman doesn't love you. You need to walk away. And obviously with an unbalanced dynamic, this is a woman that's not comfortable being feminine and submissive around you, because you're not the man of her dreams. That's the plain truth. If you were the right guy for her, she'd happily let you take the lead. She'll naturally want to be more feminine around you because she's so attracted to you. But when you're with a woman that, like, she's settled for you, like you're not the right guy for her, there's like an element of disrespect there. She feels like she can do better than you, or she feels like because she's not that attracted to you, it's like, I don't want to follow this guy. I don't want to follow his lead, right? So she will dominate decision making, and she will be unwilling to follow your lead. Anytime you make a decision, she will fight you on it. No, I want this. No, I want that. Which it's also manipulative behavior, and it's really, really bad. But if you are seeing this with a woman where she's trying to manipulate you emotionally, or she's usurping your authority, she's trying to be the man in the relationship, that's not normal. Because with a good woman that loves you, she wants to be feminine. And if you ever screw up as a guy and you're not displaying masculine behavior, she'll call you out on it, because she wants you to be a man. She wants you to be masculine. She wants to be led by you. Only women that are immoral, women that are prideful and sinful like this, they're the ones that, and who settle for you. These are going to be the ones that want to take power over a man and be above him instead of submitting to him. Be very careful with women like that, and that is a sign of fake love. Number 6, and a very obvious one, which is there's no desire to resolve conflicts. When you love someone Even if you have a bad day and you're upset, there's a misunderstanding or a miscommunication, or maybe there's a problem happening in your relationship. You try and look for the solution and you try and solve it because you love each other. But if you're with a woman that's avoiding serious conversations to resolve things and she disregards your feelings, and this is happening consistently and there's no change, she probably doesn't love you. If she shuts down or avoids discussing important problems or issues in the relationship, it could indicate that she's checked out emotionally. She's just not interested in fixing or improving things because she's not invested in you. She's settling for you. And because she's settled, she just doesn't care really what goes on. And if she's disregarding your feelings, she doesn't love you. Because where there is genuine love, you have empathy for each other. You know, if she loved you and you're hurt or upset, she'll feel bad. Obviously, if she loves you, she doesn't ever mean to hurt you. It'll always be something, a misunderstanding or something small. But she'll feel bad because she loves you. And when the person you love is hurt, you feel their pain, you share their pain. But if she's brushing off your emotions or dismisses your concerns regularly, it may indicate she's not deeply connected to you. And if there's no desire to just get to the bottom of any problems that are going on, she's not present. She's not present with the relationship because she's not invested. The love is fake. Number 7, lack of physical and emotional intimacy. If you're receiving minimal affection or a lack of effort and intimacy, you know what you're dealing with. If physical closeness is forced with her or it's transactional, if you do this, I'll do that type behavior, and emotional intimacy is rarely expressed, it can manifest as a lack of, genuine hugs, no kisses, there's no affectionate gestures, she never runs into your arms and gives you a hug, and you don't see any of that. When you see a couple that they're connected, they're very close. And she'll only use affectionate things, as we covered before with manipulative behavior, to get something from you. Next up is a lack of effort in intimacy. So, genuine intimacy, being vulnerable with each other, requires a mutual effort. And if she seems disinterested when she's near you, she's very disconnected from you, she never wants to be close with you, or she's just going through stuff and you can kind of tell her head is somewhere else, she might not be emotionally invested in you. She never wants to be held by you, she never wants to be hugged by you. If you're watching a movie and she never wants to put her arm near you, she kind of wants to be away from you. If you see that, she's always kind of pulling away, very distant from you, and you've done nothing wrong, it might just be over time she's realised that she's with the wrong guy and she can't fake it anymore. Number 8, more focused on appearances than the relationship. This is a very classic one. But if she's more concerned about the self-image of the relationship or excessive use of social media to promote the relationship, she's not in love with you. So if she's more focused on how the relationship looks to others, such as friends or family, than the actual bond that you both share, well, that's very typical of a woman that's settled for a man, and she's easily swayed by the opinions of others about him. When a woman is with a man and she thinks he's super handsome and he's a great guy, if her family and friends are jealous and try and tell her, oh, you should leave him, oh, I don't like him, because there's jealous family and friends, it can happen, she's going to tell them to get lost. She'll stick by her decision to be with you because she knows you're a good man and she's chosen you truly. It's genuine desire. She doesn't care what others think about her. If her family and friends like you, great. If they don't, she knows there's nothing wrong with them. With you, sorry. She knows the problem is with those family members or those friends perhaps, which may be fake to her. But when you are with a woman who's uninterested in you, incompatible or immoral, and she's just dating you because, well, you're just a guy she's dating, but you're not really that guy, all of a sudden she will care what her family and friends think about you. And if they don't like you for whatever reason, or they're jealous and they just want to spend more time with her, this is going to be the woman that's easily swayed by the opinions of, the friends. Oh, go cheat on him, or oh, you should leave him, you can do so much better. And she'll kind of agree because deep down she kind of doesn't feel that for you. So it adds up. Do you understand? Because her relationship with you ultimately is fake. So her getting actual feedback from her family or friends, maybe they tell her, you don't really like this guy. We can tell you don't really love him. He's not even your type. You don't even think he's handsome. What are you doing with him? And then she kind of realizes and goes, yeah, you know what? My friends and family are right. And then this is why you guys are like, yeah, her family and friends pulled her away from me. Well, no, they didn't. They just confirmed what was true to her subconsciously about you. And usually girls that have low self-esteem, they'll just date you because, whatever. Maybe they found you handsome, but you don't have the same values. But her family and friends see that, and they just tell her, hey, you guys aren't compatible. Walk away from him. She's like, yeah, you're right. So she listens. And she's more concerned about the image and what others think. And in this case, it's justifiable. But this does happen a lot. Okay? So again, if her opinion is swayed by other people around in her life about you, then you were never the right guy for her. And her love for you was probably fake, and they did you both a favor. If she's decided to walk away, or if you can tell there's something off there, you need to walk away. Next up is excessive social media use. If she spends more time promoting the relationship online, like pictures, posts, or status updates on her Facebook or Instagram, than actually building a relationship with you, her actions might be driven by a desire for attention or validation rather than love for you. There's so much stuff nowadays on social media that is so fake. And it's like, when a woman really loves you, sure, if she has a private social media and she's close with friends and family, she might put a picture of you on there together because she loves you and she wants to show her family and friends. But if this girl is obsessed, very limerent or lustful behavior where she's just showing you off constantly on social media, or she's always posting about her relationship, whenever you see people do this, it's like they have the worst relationships. I've seen it with a lot of people over the years. And it's like, then they're broken up. But they put that on social media to validate that, yeah, the relationship is good, but in reality it's not. And if you notice that you're with the girl who doesn't really make much of an effort with you, or maybe you're arguing all the time because you're incompatible, but you're not right for each other, and you can kind of tell, but then she's always on social media talking about you're the love of her life and everything is good, and you're like, this doesn't make sense. The reason why she's putting it on social media is because, number one, she has so low self-esteem. And number two, it's her way of validating that, hoping deep down, am I right to be with him? If I post it and everybody agrees that you guys look so cute together and, oh, you and your boyfriend look so nice, then maybe in her mind it's like, okay, maybe I should stay with him. Maybe he is right for me and I'm just in my head too much. Okay? It's to validate in her mind that her love for you is real, when deep down it's fake. Next up is avoids commitment or taking responsibility. So in real love, there's sacrifice and there's accountability. If she makes no real sacrifices and she's not accountable for her mistakes, her love for you is not real. Because in real love, couples make sacrifices for each other. If you guys live far away from each other, for example, and she can't be bothered to meet you halfway, doesn't love you. If you suddenly fall sick and you need assistance and she's not there for you, and it inconveniences her and she has to go out of her way, she doesn't love you. Because a woman who does love you would go out of her way to the ends of the earth to take care and nurture you. Okay? If, let's say, something happens, your car breaks down, you need a lift to work, and you ask her, hey babe, can you please take me? No, you figure it out. If she's not willing to lift a finger or make any effort for you, she does not love you. And if she's not accountable for her mistakes, because when love is genuine, there's self-reflection. You look at your actions, you optimize your relationship. You're accountable because you love. And if she's unwilling to admit her mistakes or apologize sincerely when she's done wrong to you, her attachment might not be genuine, because what's going on here is if she doesn't really love you and there's a problem and maybe she's done something disrespectful, in her mind it's like, how dare this ugly peasant demand an apology from me when I don't even care about him enough. Women that are immoral, that are higher on the narcissistic spectrum and higher with have more selfishness and pride, definitely struggle with this. Because if she had any love or respect for you, she'd feel bad. But when she's faking her love for you, and it's like she does something wrong, she doesn't care to apologize to you, unless it's transactional, she can get something. This is a very big one. Obvious. Last but not least, number 10. Lack of support. There's minimal effort, minimal emotional support, and there's no interest in your growth. When you face challenges as a man, or you need any type of emotional support, you're going through something big. I don't know, a loved one passed away, I don't know, you get hit by a car and you're in a hospital for a month or a few months, whatever. She's indifferent. She's unavailable. When you need her, she's not there. Genuine love shows up in difficult times, not just the good moments. And it's very similar to the previous one. She's not willing to make any sacrifices. You get no emotional support. When you're facing a tough time, you're going through grief, or whatever, something really bad, and she's not there by your side when you really need her, she does not love you. And finally, if there's no interest in your growth, remember, a feminine woman will fit into your life like a glove. She will assist you and nurture you and serve you and find whatever way she can to help you be a better man. If she doesn't encourage or support your growth as a man, she's not proud of your career or business choices. She's not interested in your hobbies. She doesn't even care to know what you like as a man. And maybe she tries to fix and change your life choices. Then she's incompatible with you and she's faking a love for you. What's happening is this is a woman that's trying to be in a relationship with you, but she can't accept you as you are. So she's trying to fix and mold you into something else. That does not work. It's going to cause a lot of frustration and a lot of pain. Because as a man, what you need is a cheerleader. You need a woman that's going to be your biggest support, and she's by your side no matter what. And if she can't stand behind the decisions that you make as a man, she does not love you. Yes, a good woman is going to give you good advice and she can help you because she can see blind spots that you don't see, for sure. But ultimately, as a man, she's okay with you making your decisions. Once it's final, she just follows your lead. Okay? If you have a woman in your life that doesn't give a damn where you're heading, she's not proud of you, she's ashamed of you, she doesn't like anything about who you are, why are you with her? In conclusion, immoral, incompatible, or uninterested women will display these behaviors to varying degrees. And if you'd like to learn more about this, I have a course about this in my relationship community. I'll leave a link down below. You can check it out. And this is it. These are 10 signs of fake love that you can use to cross-reference if you're with someone that doesn't really love you. But the ladies watching, it's the same thing. If you're with a guy, he's inconsistent, lacks genuine interest, he's very materialistic or self-interested in himself, he doesn't make future plans with you, he doesn't give you any direction, manipulative behavior, doesn't resolve conflicts, lacks connection, he's more interested in faking the relationship than being with you, doesn't take responsibility and lacks support, in the sense that as a woman, when you're struggling with something and he's not there for you, he doesn't make you feel heard and understood, he doesn't love you well, he's faking. So man or woman, these are things that you need to really look into. And I really think if you're with someone who's faking their love, you just have to walk away before they do. Cut the cord before it gets more painful. So with that said, I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Comment down below your thoughts on what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you all in the next one.